Once again, the LeBron James GOAT debate has exploded, and this time, it didn't come from Twitter, a podcast, or a hot take artist chasing clicks. It came from silence. From a man who has nothing left to prove. Because when Don Nelson speaks about basketball, people stop arguing and start listening. This is what frustrates so many fans, and why the GOAT conversation never really ends. Not because LeBron isn't great. He is, undeniably, one of the most gifted players the game has ever seen. But greatness and ultimate dominance are not the same thing. And that's the line Don Nelson quietly drew. No press conference. No headline-seeking interview. No agenda. Just one calm, matter-of-fact breakdown that sent shockwaves through the basketball world. And suddenly, the debate didn't feel emotional anymore. It felt uncomfortable. Because Don Nelson isn't just another voice. He's not a former role player with a microphone. He's the winningest coach in NBA history. He coached against Magic, against Bird, against Jordan. He watched Kobe rise. He saw LeBron from the very beginning. 5 decades of basketball. Every era, every style, every version of greatness. So when he finally weighed in, after staying silent for years, it hit different. And here's what made it so devastating. He didn't attack LeBron. He didn't disrespect him. He actually praised him. Nelson acknowledged LeBron's basketball IQ as elite, top tier, all-time level. The vision, the playmaking, the ability to read defenses 3 steps ahead. LeBron plays chess while others play checkers. But then Nelson asked the question that changed everything. What separates great from the greatest? And that's where the room got quiet. According to Nelson, LeBron has always needed the right environment to reach his peak. The right system, the right stars, the right structure. And that's not a flaw, it's intelligence. It's strategic. But Michael Jordan? Jordan was the system. Jordan didn't adjust to circumstances. He broke them. It didn't matter who was coaching. It didn't matter who was guarding him. It didn't matter if the defense knew exactly what was coming. They still couldn't stop it. Jordan imposed his will on games in a way that couldn't be coached, diagrammed, or contained. And then came the most uncomfortable part of Nelson's take. The part fans still argue about. Nelson made it clear, basketball IQ and killer instinct are not the same thing. LeBron almost always makes the correct basketball play. When the double comes, he passes. When the defense collapses, he finds the open shooter. It's smart. It's efficient. It's winning basketball. But Jordan? Jordan wanted the moment. He didn't care if the shot was contested. He didn't care if someone else was open. He demanded the ball. And that psychological difference mattered. Nelson pointed to moments fans don't like to revisit. The 2011 finals. The late-game possessions where LeBron deferred. Not because he was scared, but because his mind is wired to optimize, not dominate. Jordan's mind was wired to destroy. Nelson wasn't calling LeBron a failure. He wasn't denying his championships. He wasn't ignoring 2016, one of the greatest finals performances ever. But he made something clear. Jordan never had a moment where the pressure cracked him. Not once. 6 finals. 6 championships. 6 finals MVPs. Perfect. And then there was the super team conversation. Nelson didn't criticize LeBron for it. He called it smart, business-minded, forward-thinking. But he also said it proved something. LeBron understood early that he needed elite help to win. Wade, Bosh, Kyrie, AD. Jordan didn't wait for that. Jordan turned players into champions. And when Nelson said this, calmly, without emotion, it cut deeper than any rant ever could. Because then he dropped the line that split the basketball world in half. LeBron is the most gifted all-around player I've ever seen. But greatness is about fear. And Jordan made opponents feel defeated before the game even started. That's when everything changed. The internet exploded. LeBron fans fired back with stats, longevity, records, and logic. Jordan fans felt validated, finally hearing what they'd said for decades from someone who was actually there. And the craziest part? Don Nelson said nothing after. No clarification. No follow-up. No apology. He dropped the mic and disappeared. And that silence made it louder. Because Nelson doesn't need validation. He doesn't need clicks. He doesn't need relevance. His legacy is already written. And maybe that's the real reason his words hit so hard. This wasn't nostalgia. This wasn't hate. This was perspective. Perspective from someone who watched Jordan break spirits, not just defenses. Someone who saw entire teams enter games already bracing for loss. LeBron commands respect. Jordan commanded fear. And according to Don Nelson, that's the difference. This doesn't erase LeBron's greatness. It doesn't diminish his legacy, but it reframes the GOAT debate in a way stats never could. Because legacy isn't just numbers. It's impact. It's memory. It's how the people who lived through it remember you. And the people who were there, they keep coming back to the same answer. The debate will never end. Fans will argue forever. But Don Nelson reminded us of something uncomfortable. Some debates aren't decided online. They're decided by those who lived it. And according to one of the greatest basketball minds ever, the throne was never really empty.